Good afternoon, Exiles. My name is Havoc616, and joining me today is Ziggy D Live. Welcome to preseason tournament number 1, event number 1. We'll be starting with the round of 16 Vaal kill. So, just to explain how the tournament works, we are going to have a best of 16 tournament. Day 1 is the Vaal kills, as you can see in this lovely bracket page prepared by Jamza. So we'll be starting off with Zizaran, Gucci, DonTheCrown, and Goratha. The top 2 contestants from each Vaal kill will then progress to the semi-finals tomorrow for the Piety kill. And if they can beat Piety, they'll then progress to the final for the Malachi kill. How's it going, Ziggy?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm excited for today.
Nice. Same here, man.
So excited that I even got up at 4:30 a.m. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Way earlier than I needed to even.
It's hard. I'm literally trying to balance for everyone around the world right now. So we got GG, we got the Euro Bros, and, we got us Canadians over here in North America. It's hard. So let's just transition right to the multi-twitch right now. Fortunately, no Corba today. Uh-oh, Gucci is not live. What's going on? He is one of my favorites to win.
I'm getting the same thing.
That's not good. Let's maybe send him some messages. Someone try to wake him up real quick. Does anyone have his phone number? I guess Ziz might, or Don might win by default then. At least my
chant, wake up Gucci in chat.
Yeah, everyone spam Gucci real quick. So let me ask you, who are your predictions for this event? Assuming Gucci does show up.
Yeah, well, I was going to say Gucci was probably my shoo-in for first, but I mean, this lowers his odds considerably, I'd say. Considerably.
Yeah, definitely.
Goratha's definitely there. I was watching Ziz practice earlier a bit, and he was feeling pretty nervous about Goratha especially, though he was practicing a bunch, so maybe Ziz can get in with a shot as well, especially if Gucci's not waking up. Yeah,
my 2 winners for this group were Goratha and Gucci. Goratha used to win a crazy amount of signature races back in the day when we used to have race seasons, and Gucci, some would say he's like the number 2 Dead and Doom, but he doesn't show up. He's number 0. He's just not in it at all.
Yeah, you gotta have that, like, entering and being at the races to win the races, like, exactly. Key above all the other race mechanics that we're going to talk about today.
Exactly.
Are we starting?
Yeah, we are starting. The time is actually going right now.
Well, looks like Gucci might be getting a bit of a time penalty. If he does,
he might be getting a bit of a time penalty here. I mean, maybe he's going to show up in a couple minutes. We'll leave him up there just in case, right?
Yeah, I'm willing to let him run if he shows up. If he comes in a minute late and then goes on to win a race, that's just like the biggest kind of swinging your E-peen around.
Exactly. It's the preseason anyway. There's no prizes yet. It's just practice for the racers. We're just testing the technical side of things right now. There might be bugs today. There might be errors. Like, who knows what's going to happen? But hopefully everything works out fine. And hopefully our racers do well.
I mean, the goal today is to find as many errors as possible. So I hope we have all of the technical difficulties. Everything goes just horrendously wrong.
Well, I can assure you, I've been up for the past 2 days just finding issue after issue. And then last minute, Cobra's like, hey, I don't want to work anymore. You got to go back to your old method from last year. I'm like, oh, okay. Let me start that up in 10 minutes really fast. So
they always stop working right before you go live as well.
Exactly.
Okay. Great.
Yeah, Goratha finding an early alchemy orb. That's actually huge. So let's talk a little bit about the builds here. So the rule we have for this event is you cannot use the same active skill in more than one race. For example, if you use Sunder and Cleave in a race, you can't use that in the next round. So it's caused a lot of players go like, hey, what am I going to play now?
Oh, I love this rule, dude. Great idea, because I was watching some of the people practice, and like the discussions about how they're going to strategize their skills if they make it through multiple races is really super interesting. Obviously, Sunder is one of the top tier, or the top tier skill for racing, though I've heard some arguments that some of the other skills have gotten a bit better, so we'll see how that plays out. But it's going to be interesting because less confident players may want to use Sunder in their first race to try and make it through to the next bracket. But more confident players might want to save that Sunder for the actual, grand finale. But if they don't make it to the grand finale because they get beaten out by someone else,
you never get to play it.
They don't get a chance.
Exactly.
It's great. I love the extra layer of strategy across multiple races.
Exactly. It's like a bit of mind games here going on because, like, what if in Dead and Doom's race, he just like his opponents pull out Sunder in the first round. He's like, oh crap, do I need to play it now? Like, some go argue it's still the best skill. Although we have the big Frost Bomb buff coming in.
Holy damn, I'm super excited, dude, because we've got looks like Ground Slam, Cleave, and then we've got Goratha playing as Explosive Trap with Freeze Pulse.
Yes, I believe he's gonna
awesome.
Yeah, I believe he's gonna pick up a Frost Bomb very shortly. So he's not going Hell Rig right away because I believe it's last town trips. If he does Mudflats first, then his Hell Rig and picks up Frost Bomb.
Wow, that is super awesome. This is like some of the most variety I've seen in an open race in a long time. The skill changes on top of this rule change that you've got going here, leading to some potentially pretty interesting races.
Yeah, I love it. Like we have Cleave, Molten Strike, Dual Strike, Ground Slam, and then Freeze, Pulse, Explosive Trap, and soon to be Frost Bomb. It's crazy.
Goratha's getting big points for me because this was my preferred leveling strategy for the league start. Explosive Trap, Freeze Pulse into Fire Trap or something like that. And so I'm pretty excited to see how this works out for Goratha because I felt it was super strong, but to see it being picked over Sunder potentially, or maybe this is just his race 1 choice and he's expecting to make it through on this and then pull out Sunder that he might think is faster for the later races.
I think the more confident players will probably play the Frost Bomb strategies in the first race, since the longer the race is, the more important it is to have super high mobility, aka you want to play a melee build.
True, yeah. When you're running through with just no gear, you want to have that, the sturdiest setup for getting through some of those latest acts and bosses. So this might be some people's first time watching races, I think. We've probably got some new players since recent leagues, and GGG hasn't run a race season in a while, so I thought we might talk a little bit about what is kind of racing for new players checking this out, because what's just this? Why is this exciting compared to just leveling a new character? What do you think are like the main differences between just leveling efficiently versus actually racing?
Leveling efficiently versus actually racing. So it kind of reminds me of speedrunning. So speedrunning is often like you have everything. Well, it's kind of like racing too. They're very similar. So you like have everything memorized. Maybe with your speedrunning, or sorry, if you're leveling efficiently, you have like you set some gear ready on the fly. You have like your tabulas, your storm clouds, some twink stuff going on, right? So you want to go as fast as possible. But in racing, it's like same thing. You want to go as fast as possible to a certain objective, but you start with nothing. It's just solo self-found, by the way. So it's basically like who can go the fastest with whatever they get.
Yeah, and I like what works out with races is races typically have different goals in Path of Exile. It's not always the same thing, like 100% completion, like a lot of speed runs have. Like this race, for example, is a race to that Vaal Oversoul Act 2 boss kill. And sometimes you might have XP races or, even other goals to aim for. And you build your strategy around that because you don't need to do anything beyond that point. You just need to get there. And when it's a boss kill, you see people getting to the boss as early as possible without like getting nearly as many levels as they might get, just enough strength to kill the boss and do so in a time efficient manner. Whereas an XP race, it's about getting as much XP as possible. So it might be going to a certain area and then like farming XP to really max out that XP before the timer runs out. But kind of like what are the things that make a racer good compared to like an average player? Like if an average player were to just try and play the game against these guys, they're just gonna get destroyed in terms of time. But what is it that does that?
So there are a couple things here. Number one, layouts. That's extremely important. We do have the options of adding fixed seed, revealed layout, which you might do at some point. But yeah, knowing your layouts, knowing where like the general feel of the zone is, that helps a lot. Number two is kind of just like having a plan before you go in. Like all these racers, they know exactly what skills they're going to take, when they're going to go to town. Sometimes they mess it up, which is why they practice a lot, which then leads to, number three, they practice a lot. So it's a lot of practice because at first they make the plan, then they practice and they remodify their plan if need to. So yeah, layouts, practice. It covers most of it. And
that's
just
like
being able to
that's
adapt
like-
on the fly. Yeah, that's also pretty important.
Yeah,
Sometimes you just get
that's a
like
big one as well.
big unique. Yeah,
Because the game is RNG, right? So sometimes you're going to get something really good, like you might get a second Quicksilver as a
exactly.
drop, or some unique item, and adapting or changing things up to take advantage of that, or deciding that even if that drop is good, it's not worth changing your strategy for. Knowing things like that is really important.
Exactly.
I also want to point out just some like little mechanical things people are doing. Like we're seeing everyone in ledge right now, which is a great time to look at this. You're running through this as quickly as possible, and then only stopping to hit packs that are large enough. So normally you're only going to be seeing people hit packs of like 3, 4 plus. Never any of those like little 1 or 2 straggler mobs. So you'll be able to like kind of watch these guys playing, and you'll see that consistently. You'll never really see like an experienced racer stopping to kill lesser mobs, or even skipping rare mobs and things like that. It's just try and maximize that XP as much as possible. And in the background, there's always this thing going on that's, should I be killing mobs here at all? Even sometimes you might be.
Like you'll see them skip blue mobs sometimes, but like, hey, this blue pack's gonna take way too long to kill. I'm not doing that. I'd rather just kill these like 5 white mobs with 1 swing versus like 7 on this like extra life blue pack. There's a lot of tiny things there to keep in mind.
We saw Ziz just kind of like go past that shrine and was like deciding whether to kill the stuff at the shrine. There's obviously a lot of monsters there, but deciding against.
Hey man, what if I die? You know, it's a 1 minute death penalty.
You have to assess the risk there as well.
Exactly. Yeah, another thing too that you will also as players do is inventory management. Like you started to say, hey, what do racers do? Now that all those ideas come to my head, inventory management. You see Goratha doing it right now, actually, on the bottom right. He's moving gems and items in his inventory while moving. He never wants to do that in town or when he's standing still, because that's just lost time. It's downtime.
Yeah, that's it. You can move your character and even fight and use abilities while your inventory is open. And sometimes, depending even if you get your key bounds set up, like, let's say you're using, I don't know, Frost Nova or whatever, you can just hold down the key for that while you're doing stuff in your inventory as well. So just constantly like swapping in gems, swapping out gear and stuff while doing other stuff. So there's never any downtime at all. And even, trying not to do too much in town, just doing what you actually need to do in town, then getting out of there as quickly as possible. You want to minimize that sort of downtime.
Yeah, all these tiny things add up, and like each race is different. Like normally in a racing scenario, you want to get a lot of alterations, a lot of transmutes for Act 2, so you want to get all their gems and your 3 links set up. But in a race like this, you might even like forgo like making a +1 because you just want to like always just go.
You mentioned earlier having a plan is a big one as well, and all of these guys have like a plan of the top level of what skill am I going to use, and where am I going to what sort of mobs am I going to kill. But it even comes down to the fine stuff like knowing that at certain levels a certain weapon is available. So like this is an Act 2 race, for example. These guys are going to know if they're playing melee that cleavers are at level 16, and that's like a good.
And that's probably their end game weapon, unless they have a really crazy rolled boarding axe.
Yeah, that's it. And like even knowing specific support gems that they want to use, and even like following on from that, specific gem slot groupings, like knowing that if I'm using this skill, I need a red green link, and preferably not on a weapon so that I can swap weapons out if I get one. So thinking about all of these things is what makes, and seeing all this stuff come together and come together gracefully sometimes is what makes racing super exciting for me. And also just seeing like the variety and strategies. This race is fantastic because we've got that ground slam, cleave, trapper, and no sunder.
Yeah, it's awesome. Hopefully we don't have a Sunder finale. It probably will be, but you never know, right?
Yeah.
Some people might pull it out in like semis or even groups, so it will be interesting.
It'll be awesome to see if someone uses like Sunder earlier on and then is stuck in that last race without Sunder, and whether that works out for them or doesn't work out for them. It's going to be super interesting to see. So how are we kind of panning out in terms of the actual race now? I see Goratha closing in on the Brutus kill.
So 11 minutes is a very good Brutus time. I think most racers that are aiming for a sub 20 Merville and around 10 to 12 for Brutus, so he's doing really well. Ziz is not too far behind though. He's in upper prison. He should be entering Brutus's chamber very soon as well, and I believe Don is still in lower, so he has some catching up to do. But he's really got an XP though. He just hit level 8.
Yeah, Ziz is not too far off, but you can see that explosive trap is really good on Brutus. This is like, you're really under geared at this point. Brutus can really kill you super quickly. The stuff these guys are usually looking for is some medium or large life flasks, and then like a chest plate. Usually evasion to try and dodge some hits from Brutus, make that a little bit easier. Exactly. And you sort of get sketchy there for Goratha.
Yeah. That's the thing though. You really gotta know your character. Sometimes you'll see like new players, unexperienced racers fighting Brutus, and they'll like go low and they'll just run away, right? But
Yeah.
Little do they know, they could just pop a large life flask with no gear at all and just like base tanked them and just killed them. So,
yeah, that's a part of it. Knowing where your tolerances are when you're racing, like what is the bare minimum you can get away with, and be able to face tank, for example. So I know if I've got like an evasion chest on and maybe a piece of life gear like a coral ring and a large life flask, Brutus basically can't kill me. You can just stand there and face tank. But in Goratha's case, he had none of that going on, and he had to play a little bit more agile and have a little bit more downtime.
Exactly. He only had a medium life flask and evasion boots and coral amulet. It's not much. He really do want large for Brutus, so he played it very well.
That coral amulet doesn't make too much difference, unfortunately.
Yeah, not too much. It's 3 life regen per second or something? Or is it even less?
It doesn't even feel impactful, even at this level, really. It's tough to up between packs, but yeah, no. So he's running through super fast now that he got past kind of that hurdle that was Brutus, and this zone's really dangerous though. And you can see him dropping super low. The shock novas hit hard.
Exactly.
The goat lead slams are super dangerous.
If you don't have a large life flask in Brutus, you kind of definitely want one here, but due to his ability, the frost bomb, it's just so good. You just pop it and you keep on moving. You might have to throw a couple explosive traps for these blue packs just to get him low. And he doesn't, most likely doesn't have a +1 either. Yeah, that as well. So if you can get an early level 10, will allow him to get Flame Dash to increase his mobility. Hitting level 10 for everyone's going to be really huge. Leap Slam for melee, Flame Dash for casters. It's just a huge mobility increase. Get them to their objectives faster.
Yeah, you actually get that from the quest from killing Brutus, but when you're racing, you're typically a bit under-leveled. You're normally like 2 to 3 levels under a zone or something, so not able to equip it straight away. But I saw Goratha actually go for the boss kill there since he damaged it with the pack, getting a little bit of extra loot. But he's really scrimping, like going through on the bare minimums here, which can be, that's fine.
It's caster life though. It's pretty normal for casters though.
Yeah,
just have like nothing.
Just have like no gear in racing, and you can do very, very well in PvE. We have almost no gear quite a ways, especially as you said with a caster. But you know, when you start to get onwards in Act 2, if he hasn't started to sort that out and gotten a few drops and taken the time to sort his gear out a little bit, it can be a little bit challenging.
Exactly. So let's take a look at the other racers. It says 14 minutes. He's halfway through climps, not bad. Don actually starting Brutus right now. 14 minutes, a very respectable time. He was doing a lot of practice yesterday, so he's definitely improved quite a bit. Yeah, dual strike, totem. He is just destroying Brutus. I kind of want to say, I think he will have the highest single target out of everyone. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. That totem plus double strike is insane for single target now, and we're going to see that maybe some of the races even reserving that, because if that follows the rule where you can't use double strike if you've used it once, then that's a huge single target skill for some of those later boss kills. That what they changed with it now is that if the enemy's bleeding, then it adds fight physical damage, right? So that's just huge when you're using garbage weapons like you always are when racing.
Oh no, I think Don vendored a boarding axe though. No, you really never thought. You might get another one here, but that's big. That is big.
That's a bit of a mistake.
Yep.
When he's using a just one of the base starter axes there as well. So even if you rolled that on a rare, the boarding axe is just great to hold on to. You chuck a transmute on it or an alp, you get a lucky drop. Or use the vendor recipe to craft it with a rustic sash.
Yeah, I believe the strat would be to either, like you said, Alk or Essence, the boarding axe, if you don't get lucky.
Essence is too.
Yeah. Or you can just save it for your cleaver if you really want to like get some big damage there. But usually you just IPD craft the cleaver. I think he just found a rare boarding axe, so he got saved. Easy clap. He just knew it, dude. Streamer RNG strikes again.
Oh, wow, nice. I didn't say that.
He does have MTX on. He has an MTX on his helmet. Maybe that's why. Maybe MTX increases your RNG.
Oh, yeah, he's got the little kind of peacock and tail thing going on there.
Yep.
Showing off a little bit there. The leap slam. Leap slam is a funny one. It looks kind of slow, but it's been
actually really fast. Yeah,
faster than most setups you could run. Unless you probably got some really high moves to do it.
I think it looks slow because like it just you move a small distance, but you move that small distance like pretty fast compared to like other movement skills. It's just blink arrow or lightning orb.
So what are we looking at here? Cavern of Anger, Cavern of Wrath for Ziz. So just that one zone behind. Ziz is doing a good job keeping up.
Doing really good, yeah. Seeing look at gear really quick. DonTheCrown, he has his 3-link, which is really important. Almost every player will really want a 3-link. Goratha also has his 3-link for his explosive trap though, which is what he wants. Oh, he does not have the colors for crossbomb though. Only a 2-link. So Explosive. Oh, I am blind. His boots are not linked. Okay, he actually has a 2 link. Okay, his damage won't be as high as I thought it would be.
Yeah, getting a 3 link for that explosive trap as quickly as possible for faster boss kills, because you can see that Mervale's going to take a little bit of time here for him.
Yep.
Explosive arrow is excellent single target, but you do want those supports for sure.
Exactly. 17-minute Mervale. Very respectable. Very respectable. Goratha is, some people would argue he's one of the old Dead and Dooms is one way to put it, So...
We see Ziz just coming in on Mervale as well, so they're in the same boss fight at the same time. Oh wait, no, is that the Cavern of Anger?
It's still a zone behind. We thought he caught up. So each racer is just like behind by one zone. Like Ziz is one zone behind Goratha, then Don's one zone behind Ziz. So you never know, man. One guy gets a bad layout, bad RNG. Maybe Don gets something Quicksilver. You can catch up, definitely.
Yeah, that's pretty close at this point, and we have that death penalty as well. So if someone has a bit of an unfortunate mishap, then a 1-minute penalty at this point is huge, because these guys are maybe not far off a 1 minute from each other.
Yeah, so. I was watching a ton of streams to see the type of times people are getting, and they're all pretty much in the range between like 32 and 35 minutes. So one death could cost you.
Yeah, it's enough to tip that, if you have a bit of a nice run, but and then someone else has another death, then yeah, that 3 minutes could be made up pretty easily. No res for Goratha off Mervale. Feels bad, man.
Hey, 1741 though. Feels good, man. Yeah, I would be pretty happy with it, yeah.
That takes this thing away when you're getting it that quick.
Players asking in chat, can they not reuse movement skills as well? So we did make a list of skills they could reuse, such as utility stop, like Bear Trap, like Leap Slam, like Flame Dash. Or also get pretty ridiculous. I believe only excluding main active skills from being reused is a fair choice.
Yeah, that'd be pretty funny if it was. You would run out of skills by the third race. It'd be a very interesting third race, at least.
It's like your Gucci Hobo challenge, except no skills.
No skills, only items.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Oh, reverse Gucci Hobo. I like it.
So Zizzy is fighting second phase Mervale right now. Probably gonna get a 1910, maybe 1905. Yeah, that's very respectable. His starting times yesterday when he was doing the Vaal kills were around like 48 minutes, if I recall correctly. So, and he cut that down to 35 just with some practice runs. So, I think
that's like one of the great things about racing. And I'm not a good racer. Yeah, maybe I've snuck in a top 10 every now and then when people weren't looking, but it's just so satisfying practicing and seeing your times improve every time. You do 5 runs and each run improves by a minute. It's so satisfying.
Exactly. So take a quick look at
what's in.
Pardon?
Go ahead.
Okay, I was just gonna take a quick look at gear again, see if anyone has anything crazy on the Quicksilvers. It's like Goratha is the only one that's transmitting his Quicksilver. It doesn't have an augment for the ample roll, which is unfortunate, or perpetual. Looks like Don is still on a rusted hatchet and driftwood club. Might not be level 11 yet. I think he's still level 10, so he needs to level 11 pretty soon. Ziz, Jade Hatchet, Saber. He's in Act 2. Probably. Go ahead.
Did Don have to log there? Because I noticed he's got the pre-explored Wrath, and he did have to backtrack a little bit. So I missed the log out there, but it looks like he's re-backtracking over terrain that he's already done. So he must have had like a bit of a near miss there, which I actually did miss. Sorry, I missed that one.
Yeah, so did I. I was taking a look at what gear they were and see if they had any goodies, but they have no goodies from what I can tell. It's just standard nothing in races, so to speak.
That hurts a lot, and what hurts even more is that it looked like he didn't grab the waypoint, so he didn't have that fallback point, and he had to go back from even further away.
Wait, where did he run back from?
I saw him running through the ship graveyard.
Oh,
so
from Prisoner's Gate? Or ship graveyard?
Yeah, I think he might have just had the ship graveyard waypoint, which is unusual because that one's a bit out of the way even.
Okay. Yeah, wow.
So I just missed that cavern one. So
I think I would have taken the death there. That's the time where it's like, you know what? I think I'd rather let my character die, take a minute, than run all the way back. Wait, he started an Orion mission. That is not the objective of this race. The goal is to
first Orion kill race, most RNG race of all time.
Yeah, the goal is to kill Vaal, not get Masters level 8. That's gonna take 3 months. So
yeah, oh god, that's a long race.
Yeah. I think Ziggy and I will get some gray beards and gray hair.
Could have a bit of a strategy here to get like an Orion 4 and get some of those minus max mana rings, and that really makes those skills super spammable. So.
Exactly. Yeah.
I like how Don's actually getting an exploration bonus points here because he just discovered a section of the map that was completely unconnected to any other part of the map, which is I've not personally seen that in many layouts. So bonus exploration points there, easy peasy.
Unfortunately, there is no race season, so you don't win anything with your points. But that was pretty cool back in the day. Like in the races, like there's like obviously points for like being the first and being the top, etc. There's also points like, hey, you're the first to call deep dweller, you're the first to do this random side quest or a full clear like fetid pool. So maybe we should include some of that stuff in the future. Could be a cool idea.
Ooh, interesting. Some like bonus memes, something like that.
Okay, here's a random idea, kind of unrelated from the race. So if we get custom races going, fingers crossed, what if we just had something like, let's just say Wednesdays, we call it like Wacky Wednesday or something, I don't know, we can change the name later, and it's just like really crazy races, non-competitive, and just like you just do like really silly stuff in them.
I'm down, dude. Hell yes, I'm super down.
all right we'll see what we can do. Chat, what do you think?
Once we get those custom race ones, we can do some real crazy stuff. I was looking at that list of mods we can activate, and could be pretty spicy.
Don't change the name. All right, we can keep Wacky Wednesday if that's what the people want.
Wacky Wednesday. You like Wacky Wednesday?
I don't know. It was the first thing that came to my mind.
That's a good one, man.
Yeah.
Nailed it. Oh god. I'm seeing weapon swapping happening frequently on Goratha's stream. Do you notice what that is? What's he doing there with the weapon swaps?
It might. Oh, it's probably because his Frostbomb is in a 3-link, and a shield slows you down by 3% movement speed. So he
damn,
gets the onslaught bonus, and then pops cooks over, and then runs for a bit. Once his onslaught expires, he kills another pack. So
whenever he's running, he's just swapping his gear just for 3% move speed bonus.
Exactly. It's pretty next level, I'm not gonna lie.
He is just crushing it here. It's what's really impressive is like Flame Dash is a good movement skill in terms of like dodging things and giving you a little bit of extra spice in terms of your clear speed, but it's not a good racing skill compared to, say, Leap Slam, especially once you get a attack speed.
Exactly. Yeah,
but he's still just moving so fast.
Yeah, level 18 Leap Slam is you get your faster attacks, you get your Blood Rage level 16, you just start going fast. We probably won't be seeing any level 18s in this race, but even then, Duelist gets so much attack speed at the start, Blood Rage. So yeah, you're definitely correct on that one. And then, yeah, like you said earlier, Flame Dash also has, the damaging capabilities. Sometimes you'll see him, he'll Flame Dash over the mobs, get them to around like half HP, then pop the Frost Bomb, maybe expose the trap beforehand if he needs to, and then get the onslaught buff, weapon swap, keep running. So yeah, he's microing.
That's a really nice like refinement aspect of racing with like as a caster is knowing that your Flame Dash will actually kill stuff. So you see like a pack of trash, instead of stopping to kill it, you just Flame Dash through it, and the initial hit plus the ground damage will actually take out a lot of stuff, especially if you've got a bit of elemental damage while you're leveling. So Weaver hits pretty hard here. So
yeah, it's very, yes, 227 HP. So that's another thing, like I said earlier, that racers will take time to get good at. Playing with 0 life nodes, it's very hard. Like, even myself, when I play duels, I sometimes take those 2-4% life nodes. Other people may opt to get, 8% attack speed instead. So yeah, it takes a while to get used to it. To get stunned more.
I've always played it safe when I've gone for the races and gone for those 1 to 2 nice little life nodes.
Yeah, they just really juice you up. I love those nodes.
It was like, it makes such a difference to your survivability, but the top of the top races will just have no life nodes, like as long as possible.
Goratha didn't get the Crossroads waypoint. He has to run all the way back. Ziz might actually steal first.
Misplay. Going so fast, but those mistakes can still happen. Also,
and he's stuck in a wall.
That's dodgy. There's a dodgy wall there. You can only Flame Dash over certain parts of it.
Ziz is actually running a different route. I'm not too sure how close they are. He opted to go for Caitlyn after Chamber of Sins. So now he has to do Weaver and stuff.
Unusual. Yeah. Usually you see people kind of like going half and half, splitting the act into a bit, and then doing the little tailing areas off the sides, and that's because of the zone levels between the two.
Yeah.
But so it makes it pretty hard to see where people are at in Act 2. Kind of
the volatile chasing says, "Don't die," and he dodges it.
The volatile so close.
No increased AOE on this map. Although we could have that.
Damn, like the volatile in a race would be just so glorious, though.
I kind of want to make
Especially
that
chasing it
happen.
that long.
Volatiles everywhere. We need that. GG, please.
Oh, I didn't see that mod. We should get that one custom made. I'll
Yeah.
see if I can twist Chris's arm. I love that idea.
Hey, if inner treasure is a thing, you know, why not volatiles everywhere, right? So
Give it like Nemesis, so there's rares everywhere, and then
Yeah.
every Nemesis is volatile. Yes.
Oh my god, the players will hate
Every pack
us.
has a rare. Every
Yeah.
rare is volatile.
Just make the most evil race ever.
That is amazing. And then I wonder if the like turbo 20% everything onslaught is it?
Yeah.
Would affect the volatile.
Yeah, it'll make them pop faster at least 100%. I don't know if we'll make it move faster, but they will pop faster.
Nice. Oh yes. Unslaughtered volatiles everywhere.
Yeah.
That has to be a race now.
Yeah, I
We can
think
do
I'm
it.
gonna open up my email right now. Hey, what's up, Chris?
Yo,
Give them 100% hit week 2.
any developers spare for the weekend? Want to do some weekend coding?
So Ziz actually pulling out the Sunder here, opting not to save it for future rounds. He did tell me he was a bit rusty. He didn't get too much practice in because he was just having, you know, an awesome time playing SSL. So
Yeah, I was
pulled it
talking
out
to
early.
him this morning, and he was saying that he was super nervous about facing off against Goratha, so he was willing to pull out the big guns, aka
Yeah.
that Sunder, in race 1, just to make sure that he gets through, just to really help him get through. So we'll see. We'll see if that helps him here.
I wonder though, like, does he know that Gucci's not here?
He might not. When you're in a race like this, you pretty much just tune out chat, you tune out everything, and
Exactly. Yeah.
just go. So like chat might have been spamming it maybe, but you know, if you're super focused, you might not really even notice something like that.
Yeah, because he could have, like, you know, gone like, hey, I'll try to beat Don with his own skill. I could play ground slam dual strike. You know, he plays a lot of melee. And they're like, hey, I can save Sunder for the next round. Yeah, maybe he just doesn't know.
Yeah, that's it. Because that could have been like a last-minute strategy. So it's the top 2 that are moving through each race. Yeah. So in that case, like, yeah, you might have thought, oh, maybe I'll save that Sunder now that I think I have a much better shot at winning. You know, only being 3, top 2 of 3 is a bit easier than top 2 of 4.
Yep. Which I think is the fair way to go, because, you know, there is a bit of RNG in these races. You know, you kind of balance it out with layouts, items, and just general skill, I guess. But still, can be some big swings if someone gets really lucky. Ooh,
Here's the other
down
thing,
really
though.
low.
Go ahead. Ooh.
Yeah, you go ahead. That's okay.
I was just going to say, like, if you've already got a race plan that you've practiced a bunch, changing it, though, even based on last-minute information like Gucci not being here, is, you know, a risky play because, you know, you've practiced one way and swapping it up. Even making a seemingly small change, like swapping to another melee skill,
Yeah.
could change, like, the playstyle quite a bit, or, you know, your support gems or something like that as well.
We're just making a couple of mistakes or errors. I think Goratha got a bit lost in the Western Forest looking for Lyra. He went all the way south, didn't find it, and was like, oh, let me just turn up now. Didn't find it again, then finally found it now. Bit delayed. I think Ziz is actually in the lead. Ziz caught up, like, just like that.
Yeah, Ziz is going through the Tangled Roots now, is he? Damn.
Yeah, he's gonna probably help Oak. I think the meta in this race is to help Oak, just to save time killing him.
Yeah, it just takes ages to kill.
Yeah, those
especially if you're
endurance
playing
charges,
melee
man.
and
Yeah.
he's popping the Mortal Call as well. As like an elemental caster, it can be a little bit faster, but still the endurance charges gives him resistances.
Exactly.
It can be a little bit rough. That's a long fight. Well worth just taking.
He's not too far
Oak
behind, though. They are, like, both in the same zone. Ziz has just found Oak. Goratha will probably find him within, like... Yeah, he just found him, too. So...
Wow, they are absolutely neck and neck. So, like, the early parts of Act 2 are really confusing because people split up and, you know, it's hard to tell how close people are, but you can see them both talking to Oak at seconds apart, literally seconds apart.
Yeah. Ziz is definitely at the advantage here with Leap Slam because, you know, it's always up. Flame Dash has charges, and Goratha is somewhat reliant on his Quicksilver, which he won't always have up. So, yeah, it's going to be all about layout knowledge now.
Here's a thing to note as well. Ziz talked to Oak like 3 seconds earlier than Goratha, but Ziz also started 3 seconds earlier than Goratha. So they are literally neck and neck right now.
Okay.
Whoa.
We're going to have to look at the stream timers after, too, if it's, like, really neck and neck,
yeah,
right?
it's super close.
Like, this is at 31:19, Goratha's 31:14, so technically they're kind of in the same spot.
I mean, at this point, these two things those seconds could make the difference here. This is so close. Awesome
Exactly.
first race.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy that this is like Sunder Leap Slam versus, a spell trapper as well with weapon swapping, flame dash, quicksilvering action.
Yeah, it's just the mechanics are strong, man. You pop one frost bomb and then you're just moving the whole time. It's really good.
Yeah, Goratha's just been like, he's been moving so fast, been playing so efficiently and everything, and he's using like a really strong and interesting and new setup as well. This is like a new build for racing, which is really exciting. But those mistakes he's made like a couple kind of nasty mistakes that cost him like a minute, maybe even. Yep. This is pretty rough. Whew.
Looks like Ziz is reading the layout very well. So there's 2 or 3 layouts in here. Goratha looks to be a bit lost on the other hand. So there's kind of like a U layout where it just curves around, which looks like Ziz is following almost perfectly. And there's like a zigzag type of layout. I'm not too sure which one Goratha has right now since he's gone everywhere and started telling his map. But I think Ziz ran his curve perfectly.
This zone, if you don't... I still haven't bothered to learn layouts on Vaal runes. It's so confusing.
It goes from like your most hated zone to like, wow, I love this zone, because you just like go through it just like that.
I gotta sit down and learn those zones after all these years because it's such a pain, Vaal ruins. But it's definitely a zone you can lose some minutes in. And look, his Goratha peeks into an end cap room there. That's not where you want to be as well. So a little rough, and that's helped Ziz out a lot here because you're assuming Goratha's on the right track right here. He's gonna be maybe 20 seconds behind now after that, and is just flying with that.
Yeah, he's gonna enter caverns, and Goratha just opened the ball. Power of leap slam and layouts. And honestly, Don actually has a chance of beating Goratha because he has leap slam. Too? Yeah, he's in Vaal ruins.
Oh damn!
If he's 16, Don is 14. I wonder if Don will actually be like, "Yo, I haven't found a cleaver yet. I'm just gonna YOLO leap slam the whole way now. I'm just not gonna kill anything."
Just playing super risky, trying to get in there. I mean, at this point, if you feel like you're a bit behind and stuff, he's dropping.
Oh my god, 40 HP. The brutal shrine.
Oh damn! He went for that brutal shrine.
Yeah,
but that might be the play now. You just play as fast and risky as you can, and just like cross your fingers.
I think that is the play.
Slamming, other hand finger crossed. That's the way to go.
I believe he's level 16 to get XP in Northern, and he's only just put at 15. So yeah, I think that is the play. You just leap, leap, leap. Forget the Sunder, forget the ground slam.
He's taken so much damage.
Yeah,
he ought to just like pick up some chest off the ground and slap that on now that he's leap slamming everyone, barely running at that point in the move speed penalty. Any defense right now would help with those packs, but
Duelist also has the cannot be slowed note as well, so it's 100% fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Ziz skipping another shrine, going like, you know what? I don't really want to leap in there. I'm gonna play it safe. Yeah, he's just leaping right now. He's hit 17, so he's doing really well in XP. So he's just going straight for the boss now. He has his cleaver. Is it crafted? It is crafted, 46 IPD. So to craft a IPD cleaver, you need a cleaver, or just any weapon for the matter, a magic or rare rustic sash, and 1 whetstone.
You really have to keep an eye for that whetstone. Remember that as well. It's easy to forget that one and just not pick up a whetstone when you're racing.
If you don't have one, you can get 3 armor scraps too. You can trade them at the vendor.
Ooh, pro tips, very nice.
Or
I think Ziz probably wants to hit 18 here, but it looks before that melee physical support is up.
He could. He definitely could.
But at this point, maybe he just might.
I think he just rushes the boss. He's probably not gonna die. You never know. He only has 200 HP. You could get slammed. You could eat like 2 lasers. They don't really have lightning resist.
His single target's gonna suffer it a little bit, but yeah, the Vaal fight's pretty fast and chill these days, to be honest.
Yeah, once you're in Ancient though, it's pretty fine. Caverns is pretty rough, but getting into Ancient, you got a chance. I'm actually thinking.
Dyson vacuum cleaner slapping today.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Indeed. This is honestly gonna be pretty close. I'm kind of voting for Don here, because I'm caster bias going. I just wanted to be really close. Goratha just entered Ancient. Don 25% cavern.
The closest race possible. Don's catching up effort has been huge though, so I would love to see him just like his risky leap slam in action really pay off for him. That would be super freaking awesome.
Ziz plays it safe, goes for level 18, has a 3 red, so he's gonna probably put Molten Strike, melee fizz, chance to bleed, and just like obliterate Vaal right now.
Skill swapping.
Yep.
Very nice. Huge single target. Gets that perfect. You can see him just swapping out everything now. He's not going to need anything else at this point. Just needs to get this kill as fast as possible. And I think, you know, if he just gets the ad spawn on halfway down health on Vaal and the lucky second one, it'll be a super fast kill here.
Wow, this is color me surprised. I'll be honest, I did not see Ziz making it out of this group, but he's taking the crown.
Playing real well too. I get a little lucky about Gucci no show, but he's played really well. Like he's earned it easily.
Exactly, definitely.
Gets a little unlucky with Vaal ducking back down immediately. That always sucks.
Yeah, but he gets the 37-02 #1 finish, 0 deaths. Look at that serious face. He's gonna. I see a big smile in once. There's the smile. There's the smile. He says, "What? Me? I won? No way!
You did it!" Look at him go. That's so awesome. Happy. The realization sets in. He's cheering.
That's awesome.
What a legend.
So in the bottom two screens, we have Goratha, 37-26, fighting Vaal right now. He just went down.
That explosive trap DPS stronger than the single target front that Ziz had there.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. It's actually insane. And wow, he's just destroying him. He's 2 levels lower.
It's huge damage. But Vaal also ducks as well. Vaal just dips. I was like, no, I'm getting out of here. Take some ads, I'm gone. And then
37-52. Very well done, Mr. Goratha. Don.
That's such a good time.
Yeah.
Ziz beating that is insane.
Yeah, it's
even though it's 3 or 4 seconds difference there in their time that doesn't do it. That's 50 seconds. Like 48 seconds difference. Holy moly. Well done to Ziz.
Yeah, well done, Ziz. That's pretty crazy. You know, so one thing I want to mention is a lot of people are going like, LOL, 37 minutes, right? But you have to remember, in your speed runs, there's a lot of resetting sometimes in your practice runs. So, you know, this is just like, you know, the pressure's on you. You have to make do with whatever you get. People will make mistakes. It's very rare for people to play perfect. So
practice is very different to an actual race.
Yeah.
Hugely different. And like you said, when you're doing like 10 practice runs and you're like, yeah, my time was 36 minutes, you know, across 10 practice runs. And that was when I got like, you know, a bunch of uniques dropping and double quicksilver and everything.
Exactly.
Different in the live setting.
Yep.
Don's using that double strike, which is just spicy DPS.
Yeah. So I would like to mention there is a chance, you know, Don, you know, could progress if there are people that don't finish from other races and he has the next fastest time. So it ain't over yet.
Interesting. So getting that best possible time still definitely worth it. But
exactly,
just major prop points for like an epic catch up there. He played really well.
Yep. Yeah, that double strike damage is crazy though.
Yeah, it's huge. I think we're going to see some races like saving that until the last race if they're expecting to make it through to the finals, because it's just going to be so big for boss killing later on. It's probably the best, I think, in the game right now.
Wheelchair Zizaran coming through. Yeah, I was reading what he was typing.
Just memeing up on the top side. Huge win. Very nice.
I think we just need Goratha to type /deaths actually. Someone should message him in game because we just need to double check. Although, yeah, if he has over 2 deaths, I don't think we've seen him die at all. Pretty sure he hasn't. But if he has, then Don might actually be progressing here.
Wait, no one died, did they? We didn't have any deaths.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure no one died. But just gotta double check.
I mean, it's possible we miss a death when we're distracted, but...
Yeah, like the one time Don logged out, and we didn't even see it.
Yeah, it was probably a logout, not a death, I'd imagine. Otherwise, it would have restarted in the zone, surely.
Exactly. Quite unfortunate that Gucci did not show up. Would have been...
No. I wonder what time zone he's in. Maybe he...
It was pretty early.
That alarm.
It was pretty early. I believe he's Singapore, so it's like 4 a.m. as well.
Oh, yeah. No,
he said he would be good for this weekend, and I was like, hey, okay, we'll try to get you a later slot for future weekends, but... Yeah.
Probably just slept right through that alarm.
Probably.
Can't personally blame him on that one.
Exactly.
Well, that secures Gucci a 4th position though. 4th is pretty good. It's still a pretty good number. It's like the top 10. Easy.
Well, does he actually get 4th? Don't you have to participate to get 4th? Technically.
I mean, don't you just default to 4th?
I mean, isn't that the whole point of a participation trophy? You got to participate. So.
You know, he doesn't get his participation trophy.
Unlucky. Maybe next time.
Oh, doesn't even get a participation trophy. Feels bad.
We can put him down for 5th. How about that? We'll put him for 5th place. We'll say Chat's 4th.
Chat's 4th.
Chat did better than Gucci. Chat showed up at least. Thanks, Chat.
Well done, chat. You guys are better than Gucci.
Feels
Played
good,
well.
man.
That was a heckin' good first race. Fourth race. I'm so confused. I've been saying so many numbers now. What a first race, man. Epic. Love the variety and skills and the differences there. And now we've got some sweet paint action on Ziz's stream.
What do I do now? Someone tell him he's won and he can do whatever he wants. He can, whatever he does to celebrate, he can do that.
He can just dance around, you know, get naked, coat himself in butter, get in the bathtub, and just slug around. That's, at this point, anything he wants.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Billy Ready just got in chat. Anyways, the next race is starting in 8 minutes. Ziggy and I are going to take a washroom break, grab some water, all that good stuff, and we'll be back in a couple minutes. Stay tuned.
Awesome stuff. See you guys soon.